do this. There we got started with this business that we have called Marketplace Global back in 2022, August of 2022. So just over 2 years now. We started it as a marketplace. We were going to build a marketplace of products, all kinds of different products that could come in, and so we could add whatever. It didn't matter about the brand or anything like that. And what happened was I got a phone call from a good friend of mine who said, "Hey, we're going to do this thing, this marketplace thing." And because it was him, I said yes. And only because it was him, I said yes. And there was a two-team structure, so I understood what that was all about. And I said, okay, man, I'm in. At the time, all we had were what were called, they were X caps. They were gas caps for your car, for fuel, to increase fuel economy. And I was like, okay, well, that's a good idea, but it ain't sexy. And so I didn't do anything. And so long story short, I jumped in before the company launched. And what's happened since, we've added some products and services and things like that. And then we got blessed to this dropped in our lap about 6 months ago when our founder got a phone call. So I'm going to tell you that story. Before I do, I'll let you know, I guess, who I am. My name's Tere Kamp. I didn't mention that part. Maybe you can see the name on the Zoom or the webinar, but been around this industry now for 53 years, literally. And I've watched a lot, seen a lot, done a lot, failed a lot, succeeded, failed again. Companies went away. All kinds of different things have happened that I've been able to watch. And when we were blessed to have this particular extract, this matured hop extract, become a possibility in our lives 6 months ago, oh my gosh, we had no idea what was about to happen in our lives. Just to give you a little bit of understanding, gang, in March, so we had done a lot of different, we had built a travel business for 10 years. My wife is Mary, and we literally had built a travel business for 10 years. It was amazing, and like nothing like it was ever going to happen again. We traveled all over the globe, 130 days a year. Hello, 130 days a year. We're going somewhere, traveling around, meeting friends. I was one of the corporate trainer, not the corporate, but a knighted trainer. It was all that meant was an international trainer. Got to train on stages all over the world. We made a really heavy six-figure income residually, and it was nirvana. It was never going to end because, of course, it was travel. Hello. And then what happened? Whoop, March of 2020, bam, that whole thing dead. And so, my goodness, so all of that stuff, in essence, stopped in a day, literally. Man, we spent the next 4 years scrambling, and literally to March, 4 years later, March of this year, you guys, everything I tried to do to create income, all kinds of just different things along the way. And I did all the things that you guys probably did through the COVID years, crypto, Forex, e-commerce, lost money in all of them. Woohoo! It was awesome. And just tried all kinds of different things. And at the end, everything, like God just said, no, 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 no. And it got to the point, man, in March of this year, we were at the lowest financial point of our lives. And I'm just like, how did we get here? How did this happen? My wife ended up taking a job just to get us through, man, just to get us through the next couple of months. Because I was like, I don't know. Like everything was just a no. That was in March, you guys. April 20th to be exact, our founder gets a phone call about this matured hop extract from a pharmaceutical manufacturer who had, for the first time in the history of the world, been able to successfully extract what we put in this thing called Fix at a cost, a price point that could literally go to the market. See, other companies, going back to 1953, other companies had tried. They had been successful. Problem was, it was $500,000 to $1 million to collect 1 gallon of this stuff. It's like gold, and nobody could bring it to the market because it was just way too expensive. But they did all kinds of trials to see what it would do in the human body. And oh my gosh, what they found, you guys, was amazing. They showed that it went after visceral fat. It's the fat that hangs around in this particular area of our particular bodies, all around our organs and our torso. And what happens when you get too much visceral fat, it leads to symptoms, other things like high blood pressure, high blood sugar, cognitive issues, digestive issues, autoimmune, inflammation, heart disease, cholesterol. You can keep going down the list. Guess what it all comes from? That's right. Too much visceral fat. What? So what they began to realize is if we could go impact visceral fat in the lives and the bodies of human beings, we could have a shot at helping people get really, really healthy. And oh my goodness, that is exactly what's happened. So we got this phone call on April 20th. And remember, so I happen to be a pastor here in Las Vegas, just so you know, and I'm asking the Lord, like, what on earth is going on? Why is nothing working? And 1 month later, this came into our lives. 2 months after that, in June 15th to be exact, we launched this product. People could start ordering it. And then in early July, people started to get it at their doorstep and start to take it. 3 months ago, right now, man, we started hearing stories from people, what was going on in their bodies. And we were just going, what have we stumbled onto here? What do we really have our hands on? We had no idea what this was going to do across the globe. Thousands and thousands of people, total life change when it comes to their health. Like amazing things I can't even say on this Zoom, but my goodness, has it been amazing. So that's kind of how we got here. Let me help you understand what this is and what this actually does in the human body. Let me get out of that thing right there and show you what it is that we are so excited about. We call it Fix, as I'd mentioned. And we like to refer to it as Fix Your Drink. Why? Because you can put it in anything. You can put it in your water bottle. You can put it in coffee. You can put it in anything you want. And this is about burning fat smarter, not harder. Now, I have all kinds of friends out there in Facebook world, and I see them. Right around January 1st, you're going to see this. People are going to be out there. They're going to be doing what's called 75 hard. I'm doing 75 hard. And they're going to get their selfies. And every day for 75 days, you're going to watch your friends. Look at me. I'm doing 75 hard. Another picture, another selfie. See, I'm doing 75 hard. I'm out here working. This is 75 easy. What I'm saying is the trials showed that whether you exercised or restricted your caloric intake or not, it did not matter. People still lost fat. How awesome is that? And so that was the amazing part of this. Now, listen, everybody should exercise. You should eat right. You should do those things, okay? For real. You get one body here on earth. So take care of it. But the trial showed whether you did or didn't, it still had an impact. Now, if you do those things, you're going to have even a greater impact. Boom. And so this is about burning fat smarter, not harder. This is a total paradigm shift because most of the time when people are talking about losing fat, you get to the gym, a lot of those people are going to do that in about 2 months. They're going to get to the gym. I get in shape. The trainers are going to go, okay, you're going to have your booty in here every single day at 6 a.m. and I'm going to work it. And you're going to eat right. And you're going to cut out that alcohol. All those things, they're going to say all those things, because that's what people normally do to get in shape. And for as long as they can discipline themselves, they'll go do that. Or you could just drop this in a glass of water or your coffee in the morning and take care of yourself and watch the same things happen. This is unlike anything that has ever existed before. In the history of the world, this has not existed, you guys. Just so you know. And a lot of people will say, well, does it give you heart palpitation? Do you get those shivers? Do you get jitters and things? No, because it's not any of that stuff. It is a 100% all natural, plant-based, odorless, colorless, tasteless extract that comes out of the hop flower, matured hop extract. Go check it out. See what you find. And no one has ever, only the companies that had that 1 gallon for $500,000 were able to even extract it. So no one's ever even really gotten access to this until we launched it 4 months ago. There are 0 side effects to this. We have in our organization, a 2-year-old is literally taking this, a 2-year-old, a 5-year-old. I mean, these are things because there's no side effects. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? So when people start hearing fat loss, no side effects, all natural, people are like, yes, I want to try it. That's what's going on right now, gang. Here's what's happening in the body, okay? This is where the whole thing is. So we take in food. Your body needs energy to run, okay? It needs energy. We call it food. Food. And you need all 4 types of food, what are called substrates. You need carbohydrates, fat, protein, and minerals. Your body needs all 4 of those, just so you know. Now, the minerals Most of us don't get enough minerals. Go talk to your mom about that. She'll tell you all about it, just like she did when we were kids. Eat your veggies. And so those are the things that we need in our body. Most of us get too much fat and carbohydrate in our diet. Why? You know, because it tastes really good. Food tastes better when fat's involved. Everybody knows that. On the carbohydrate side, you got two types of carbohydrates. You got simple and complex carbohydrates. Most of us like the simple carbohydrates. Why? Because they taste good and they're cheap and they destroy our body. That's what's going on. So you take this stuff in and your body wants to burn it all off. You either burn it up or it gets excreted, different ways. Or if you don't burn it up, what happens? Your body's like, okay, we got all this fuel, food, calories. We got all this extra stuff that we didn't use. Let's pack it away for later. Where does that get stuffed? In your white adipose tissue. Belly fat, that's right. Visceral fat. That's what this is all about, you guys. So as we age, I live in a 55 and over community here, and right down there at the pool I go to quite often, all the bathing suits have that physique in them. Why? Because as we get older, the white adipose tissue, visceral fat, starts to accumulate around the torso, and we start looking like that. Oh, now fix enters. Why are we talking about this today? Because when fix comes in, it goes into and hits what's called the bitter receptors, okay? When it does that, it's an activator. It activates the process of activating the BAT. What is that? Brown adipose tissue, good fat. That's the fat you want to have in your body. You don't need too much of the bad fat. As a matter of fact, you probably didn't know your brain, you're a fat head. I don't know if you know that, because our brain is 60% fat. Our nervous system is 83% fat. Who knew? So you need fat. You don't need too much bad fat. So this goes in, it activates the BAT, sends a signal to the brain through what's called the vagal nerve or the vagus nerve, depending on what you're reading. And that sends a signal back down to the body to burn up. We need energy. Start burning the white adipose tissue. Boom, that's awesome. It'd be just like it did if you shivered. You see, when we're very, very cold, some people get in ice baths to start to shiver intentionally. It's an involuntary response of your body that wants to create heat because your body's getting cold. The temperature's dropping. So it shivers to create heat. Well, when it does that, it pulls 400 calories per hour. But the unique thing about shivering is it does it all from visceral fat. And the way it does it is it activates the BAT, sends a signal to the brain through the vagal nerve back down to burn up the white adipose tissue because it needs energy. Now look, fix does the same thing without the shiver. I am not saying this burns 400 calories an hour. Please don't go say that to people. That's not the case. What it does do is starts that thermogenic response and starts burning up the white adipose tissue for up to 9 hours. What? Now we can validate this. There is an app out there called Me360. Thank God this was out there. It is not our app. We don't get paid on any of this stuff. It's a free app, just so you know. And this thing right here will show you exactly what's going on. When I took my first scan, it'll show you your percent body fat. That wasn't great. And so I'm looking at that going, that's not me. But sadly it was. But it showed me my lean body mass and then all the different inches. You can see all these different measurements. And you can literally start to see your body shrink, your body fat go down, your lean body mass go up. Look at me, I'm getting healthy. It's awesome stuff. And that's what that thing does. Now, with this snap, like I said, just one drop, that's 1.2 milliliters, goes into any beverage, and up to 9 hours, you get that burn of visceral fat. It's awesome. You can put it in coffee, you can put it in orange juice, iced tea, soda, water. You can put it in shots, mojitos, whiskey, brandy. You can put it in beer. You can put it in wine. You can put it in anything you want, just like that. Literally, that's all people do. And one of the reasons people love this, number one, that's a lot of fun right there. And social media, just so you know, loves this because that's fun. People look at that and they go, hey, what the heck is going on? What is that? I need to know about that. So literally, guys, so you can do this, and we call it transformation in a snap, just so you know your glass doesn't shrink. Your body does. Transformation in a snap. That's what's going on. And so literally you can put it in any beverage you want. And this is what we do twice a day. And because people don't really have to change their lifestyle, people do it. What? And then they start to see results. We've been doing this, like I said, guys, almost 2.5 years. We built a whole marketplace of products already before you got here, okay? And we've been doing that. Like I said, we could add anything in. When Fix showed up, though, we were like, okay, stop everything. This thing right here, if this does what the scientists and the doctors and the naturopaths, if this does what they say it does, this is going to impact the world. And all of our focus started on Fix at that point. We already have a global footprint, you guys. We have warehousing in Asia, Australia, Africa, the US. We are just in the last phases right now. All y'all are in the UK, right? So we're just in the last phase. I mean, in this month, warehousing there in the UK. We're going to then start in Europe, and then we're going to get to a couple other countries in Asia that will go unnamed for this particular presentation. But that is happening all before the end of the year. Whoop, whoop. So you guys are way at the front end of this, way at the front end. But my goodness, are we taking the world by storm? So that's all the health piece of this. Now let me tell you about the wealth piece. Now you don't have to do this. You don't have to participate in this. But just so you know, you can create an income. The way it works is very, very simple. We have two teams, a left team and a right team. And everybody, once you join, is what I like to call a connector, but you can call them a rep. Once you join, you get real estate, a position in the tree, what we call the binary tree, two teams by two teams. After you join, everybody, whoever comes in on that team after you, has to go on your left or your right. And for everybody, whoever comes in forever on those teams to infinite levels, it never, ever, ever, ever stops, you can get paid on that. It creates what's called volume. Every product that's ever purchased, whether somebody joins as a new rep or connector, there's an enrollment kit that goes along with that. And there's volume on that. You can get paid. Monthly auto shifts, miscellaneous orders, other things people might buy, customer orders, retail, international sales. It does not matter what time zone people are in. We will ultimately be in all 200 countries and territories, guys. That's going to happen. Now, don't get me wrong. That ain't happening next month, okay? That's going to take a long time to do. But we are in the major zones right now. And next year, predominantly next year, we will be in all the major regions of the world and the countries, the ones that you guys really care about. That'll all happen. Now, here's the cool part. For everybody, whoever joins, regardless of who puts them in, where they come in, how they get there, or when they come in, does not matter. Anything anybody ever buys has volume, what we call commissionable volume on it. And as that goes up, so does your income. So when you have like 50 people on each team, not 50 that you put in, 50 that show up, and they're just placing their simple minimal order on a monthly basis, you're looking at $700 US every month. Now that's on the very, very conservative end, just let me tell you. And as those numbers of people on each side go up, remember, not you putting them in, anybody who shows up, and you do not know who's showing up tomorrow, let me just tell you. You can make $100,000 a week in our comp plan. You can do that. And so, and there are people that have come in and very, very, very recently in the last 3 months, I am not making these numbers up. I would love nothing more than to show you my back office. Forget all of this. I'd like to just show you, but the law says I can't do that. And so all I can do is tell you, sort of, that we've had numerous people that have joined in the last 3 months that are making, well, probably 20, 30 of them that are upwards of 8,000 to 10,000 a month. They've joined in the last 3 months. We have another 6 or 7 that are making 40 to 50,000 a month, and they joined 3 months ago. I am not making these numbers up. This is moving faster than anything you've ever understood in your life, because this little guy right here changes the whole game. We are not doing what people have been doing for the last 70 years. This thing changes it. Why? It's fun, it's sexy, it's simple, it's viral, it's new. Social media loves it. Social media influencers make bank on it, and it works. It works really well. It is a real product that no one invented God created this. God put this in the hop flower 6,000 years ago. We just got blessed to be the company that brought this extract, this one extract that had never existed by itself before, to the world. So if you want to get yourself positioned, you should let your friend know that you're in right now, because we are just getting started in the UK and Europe. We have all the systems and tools. We have marketing tools, training tools. We can do that in just in huge numbers. We can scale, guys, into the millions. And if you want to jump in right now, in the UK, here's what's going on. It's $29.95. For $30 US, you can be a rep, all right? There's a pack that you buy when you do that, $169.95 for 60 snaps. And that gets you in the UK. I believe it's still a two-step process. You come in as a rep, and then you get an email, and you can go get your $169 pack, and you're off and running. You can start sharing this with other people. If you know people in the US, same deal, 30 bucks, $29.95. $200 pack is what we pay. We get here at 72 snaps. It's just because of the laws in the UK. Okay, it's just different there than it is here, just so you know. And then we have other countries. I won't get into all of that. I'll just say we're in New Zealand already. There's enrollment kits there, in Australia, in the Philippines. We got the Africa, all kinds of different things. We have some Africans on here, just so you know. It's $10 there, $9.95. And you got two options there, a $100 pack and a $200 pack. And you guys get to choose which one you want. So in Australia, I did see an Aussie on here somehow. That's really late, but it's all good, and or really early. And so for you guys, 10 bucks and $199.95, same deal. So look, what we're talking about, we're looking for people that are ready to take action right now. There are people that invited you to this Zoom. They are already aware of what's happening. They are incredibly, incredibly excited about all of this. Why? Because they have seen what's already happened. For those of you who are on here for the first time, this is literally a movement. It's not even a business, in my opinion. It is a movement. And so I want to have a couple of people share very quickly before we wrap up. Adele Thompson, would love for you to jump on here, young lady, and just kind of share with these guys what you saw when you first saw this, and what you've seen since. And let me just see, is she there? Adele, are you there? Can you unmute yourself? There we go. How you doing, young
Hello,
lady?
hello. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Could you, and I don't know if you heard me there. I know I caught you off guard, but I was calling you there.
Yeah,
But
you do. I'm just conscious because the little might you might see my little boy just running. Um, no, I was first saying this just early September, Terry, and I was like, no, this can't be real. It can't be real. And like I have a few calls with yourself about it, and then now I've seen the product, I've seen the results that's coming in, I've seen changes it's making to people's lives. It's absolutely mind blowing. And you start to see sort of the science behind it now,
yep.
which is just absolutely amazing. So it launched in the UK on the 1st of October, and we're still sort of in that launch phase at the minute. But the growth's just been unbelievable. There's a lot of people looking at this now
Yeah.
because of the one single product itself, because we've never seen a product like it, and it will disrupt the fat loss and the health and wellness industry. Definitely.
Yeah, I agree. Then from you and I chatted when you first jumped in, and I know you're a business-minded person. You've built big businesses before. One of the things that I tend to talk about, and I won't get too deep into this, but our comp plan, I'm a comp plan guy. I like looking at comp plans and understanding how they work, what they are. A lot of people don't grasp the richness of our compensation plan. Is one, it's really, really simple, gang. It's built for the reps, meaning the field, and it pays really well. Adele, are you able to touch on that? Have you looked at that? And I don't know if you have or haven't, but have you compared that at all?
I've never seen a compensation plan like it, Terry, to be honest. And I think what I do like about the compensation plan, it is built for the reps. And
Yeah.
it's built for the reps in the sense of they can build businesses through customers, they can rank up through customers. You don't get that many compensation plans. And that's what's exciting about this compensation plan for me, because some people don't like to build businesses.
Yeah.
They like to just come in and share with their friends and family the product they found. And with a product as exciting as this, that's what people want to do, and not necessarily build the business side of things, but they can build a business just on customers alone.
Yeah. It's because we have a real product, guys, and this is what I keep going back to. This is I know some of you might just say whatever, but really truly, no one invented this product. I got it. Just let that sink in. This is an extract that was in the hop flower. Now it got extracted, but it's not like somebody put a bunch of stuff together. That's all that we have in here, that and some purified water. And so literally, this is something, it's a God-created health hack is what we're talking about right now, you guys. And we just happen to have a compensation plan that is really, really rich. And this is why people are creating the kind of income they are in a short period of time. So really, really excited about it. Adele, I'm really excited for you, your team. You guys are over there killing it
Yeah,
and hit popping ranks already. And I'm sure that I'm guessing 2 more before the end of the month for you, maybe 3.
I
And
think so. I think now the products start to come over.
yeah,
Like that,
exactly.
that is going to be
Exactly.
the game changer because
Awesome.
there's, you're the product of the product, aren't you?
Yep. Yep. Awesome. Thanks so
That's
much for sharing,
exciting.
Adele. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Had one other young lady on here, Sue Parada. And so Sue is one of those that have come in and just, I mean, literally taken over, hit a very, very significant rank here. And Sue, are you able to, and now listen, she's in Australia where it's like way early over there. So she might still be in bed doing this. I don't know. Sue, are you able to share hey, look at you up and around. Look at you go, champion. All right. How you doing?
It's 4:30 in the morning.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I just like to wake up every morning and give gratitude and get into fix.
Love it. So can you share with these guys what have you found here, hon? Maybe your past. Did you have big success in this industry in the past? Are you, or what? Just what have you seen, or why are you excited?
The camaraderie, the everyone helping each other on the school. Everybody helps answers questions, supports each other. Other people in other teams, we just cheer them all on. It's fabulous.
And you've seen some growth happening in your team, right?
Absolutely. I hit diamond within a few weeks, and I'm like, well, I'm not allowed to say that. I do multi-level marketing.
How long have you
Yeah.
been in the industry? You and I haven't actually had this conversation. So how long have you been in?
Well, I've done a few little things before, but never like this because I've always worried about what I was selling someone, and now I'm not worried because I know it works. I'm hearing from people how they feel. I feel amazing. My clothes are loose, and it's just like a new world.
Yeah, that's awesome. I agree. We have, just so under full disclosure, we're looking for a lot of younger people, like in their 20s and 30s, because the majority of us, not you ladies, but me, I'm in my 60s, and you know, for me, I feel better than I felt in a decade. I mean, literally, I'm just like, my goodness. I mean, chest is sticking out further than my stomach again, and that hasn't happened in forever. And so the only one that really cares about that is me. But this is the thing for everybody, because everybody wants to feel better in their clothes. They want to look better. When we start losing fat, gang, particularly the visceral fat, you start to feel different. And this is what, some people will call it vanity weight, things like that. But you don't want to lose muscle mass or lean body mass. You want to lose fat. That's what you want to lose. And that's what this goes after. So awesome stuff. Thanks. Appreciate you waking up so early. See, when I saw you on here, I'm like, wait, what?
Thank you.
Love it. Love it. Adele, I saw you pop back on. Did you have one more thing to share?
Yeah, I was just going to touch on something that Sue had said. It's also like the first business I've been in. It is like a business in a box. You've got all the systems there, all the tools for you to help and scale and grow your business, Terry. With the school, the launch pad, the ACE, like everything is there for you to build this business with speed. If that's what you want to do, if you're here to build a business, you've got every tool imaginable for you to
Yeah.
build that business with speed.
It's a great point, honey, because this is the thing, guys. And I'll be done with this. I'll stop recording at this point. I know there's some questions I'll get to, but understand this. What she just said is really important because, again, I've been around this industry a long time, long time. Now, you can believe that or not, I guess, but there are gates to building big teams. And when I say gates, things like a lot of people who join don't have the security in themselves to share with a lot of people. They're Okay, they're afraid. I can just say it clear. They're afraid. And so they don't share with a lot of people. We have tools that make it really, 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 really simple for people to share with a lot of their friends without any fear of rejection. It's amazing. That's number one. Number two, we have the training in place. So what happens is because people share with the tools that we have, and this product that we have gets a whole lot of yeses, a high percentage of yeses, people win early and they feel good about that. They're winning, and so they're having fun, so they're willing to go do more of it. So those people that have rarely had success in this industry start to see success because because of this guy right here and all the tools we put together. And then in our comp plan, they start getting paid pretty early, and all of a sudden they're like, hey, I can do this. And that right there is the differentiator. We have thousands of, I mean, think about this. I'll say this one thing and then I will be done. In the last 100 and let's call it 120 days now, on my team alone, 12,000 people have joined. This month, 1,000 of those people will rank. They'll hit a rank. 1,000 out of 12,000. In this industry, those numbers are stupid high. Nobody does that. But it's because what we have is real, it works, it's duplicating, and we have great tools in place. So I thank you for bringing that up, Adele. That's awesome. All right, I'm going to turn off the record here.